Up, it's your boy Roy Jones Jr. Right now you're checking out LinealBoxing TV with Bertie. Don't miss it. The man is fantastic. He even
Let's go then. Yeah. Steve Bird, LinealBoxing TV. Thank you so much for joining me, Derek. I was going to call you Derek Chisora because Del Boy.
I've been called worse.
Derek Renfrew. How are you doing, mate? All good?
All good, thank you, Steve. All well, mate.
Let's quickly go. You've just been successful. Your last show. Just explain that for us.
Yeah, I was boxed down in Portsmouth last Friday and went 6 rounds with a Latvian. Can't remember his name, but it went well.
One of these, I was looking at his record, just been there everywhere, isn't he?
Sure, fought some good blokes over the years. He's fought them all really. Tony Bellew went the distance with Bellew, so I actually found out he dropped Bellew in one of the rounds, which is quite good, quite funny.
He don't get dropped that often, does he, Bellew?
No.
So
I was like, it's a claim to fame.
So you're a super middleweight professional boxer.
Yeah.
Just explain your record.
I'm 7-1-1.
Boxing out of Guildford.
Guildford City, yeah.
Are you trained by?
John Edwards, Lenny Fletcher and Casey Kindon.
Did you have much of an amateur career?
I've had about 38 amateur fights.
Yeah.
I think I won 20. I just boxed everyone as an amateur. I just fought anyone. Fought about 15 people that have turned pro, all decent boys. So that was my amateur career. I fought anyone, anywhere really. So just to get experience for the pros.
You turned pro in Brighton, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was down there with Scott Welch for a year and a half. I boxed with him 3 times and then moved back to Guildford.
Fantastic heavyweight boxer Scott Welch, wasn't he?
Sure, done well.
That was with the Eubanks, I take it, as well?
I used to spar Chris Jr., yeah, and Seb.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good with them. Good learning.
How did you get on with the spars with him? Because he puts them all on the internet. I'm sure I could find some of them.
It was quite entertaining. He doesn't hold back. So,
yeah.
So it was good. Good learning, really.
And then you went to Guildford with John?
That's right.
John Edwards?
Yeah.
He's got a good little stable of fighters there now, haven't they?
100%, yeah. Got loads there now. 6 or 7 pros, I think they got now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're all doing pretty well as well. We're on the fringe of titles. So going well.
I want to explain this a little bit because boxers don't make excuses, do they?
Sure.
And we were just talking off camera as well, and if you do make an excuse, like, you'll never hear the end of it.
Sure.
But on one show at Al Siesta, you probably had the best excuse ever. You burst your eardrum in a fight, didn't you?
That was it, yeah.
Your only loss?
Got caught for right hook in the first minute, I think. Fighting a southpaw, my ear went, and obviously I tried to win, but my balance was all over the place. But the better man won on the night, didn't he? So we got. I think in a rematch, I think it'd be different, but it's on the night he won.
So with your eardrum going, at what point is it one of those where your adrenaline gets you through it? Because I've been told before it's like punching, like you're drunk. You've had like 15 pints and it
was strange.
Not that I'd ever know what that feels like.
It was a strange experience, but you've actually got a decent fighter in front of you. Even when you're 100% fit, you know it's going to be a hard fight. Never mind when you're all over the place with your balance. But yeah, it was. You live and learn, didn't you? I give it my best shot, and that's what I could have done.
They say as well, with something like that happening, you can't do anything about it, can you? There's nothing you can do. Like with a cut, you can maybe, hopefully, if you've got a decent cut man, stop the blood. Your adrenaline gets you through if you broke your hand.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? You could, but when your balance goes, it's like fighting blind, isn't it?
It was.
How can you explain it at all? How it felt?
Just pretty much like you're drunk and your timing's out. You can see shots there that you normally catch them with, and you just misreading it, overreaching, getting caught with shots, and that's how I thought my time just went out. It was totally all over the place, but you live and learn.
You live and learn. That's right. And
got to come back from it, didn't you?
You don't get in the water and not get wet, do you?
Sure.
It's just one of them things. How did you take that loss as well? Was that painful? Was it, or was it one of them you just?
I had a draw, and like 2 fights before I drew, and I took the draw worse than the loss, because in the draw I was like, I thought I'd definitely done enough to win the fight.
Yeah.
I thought I've won that fight, and I don't know how it got given a draw. It was a close enough fight, but I'd definitely done enough to edge it. And in when I got knocked out, I was like, I gave it my best. So I got dropped in the 4th round. I got up, carried on, and then come out in the 5th. I knew I was down. I just threw everything I had at him and got caught with a big shot and got knocked out. So that's boxers, isn't it? I suppose.
It was strange because I watched that fight as well, and listen, if you're going to take some positive out there, you've got some tremendous heart as well.
Sure.
Haven't you? Fighting like that, putting it right back on him. You nearly caught him a couple of times as well.
Yeah,
So
a huge, big left
you
hook.
went right out on your
big
shield.
left hook, but then ran into a big backhand. That was it. Lights out.
So super middleweight, that's a jam-packed division. These guys pack a punch, don't
Sure,
they? So
they can all move quick. They can throw fast punches and they can bang as well.
yeah.
Especially at the top of the top level. Cool.
So going back to your career then, so you're at Brighton. How did it come about you going to Guildford?
So I'm originally from Fleet, so
Okay,
when I went to Brighton, I went down there for about a year and a half with Scott Welch. Then Nick Webb was down there and then he went to Guildford, and then I went to Guildford basically after 2 weeks after.
Okay.
So I just kind of followed him really.
That's Nick Webb, the heavyweight as well. He's a local guy. He's a real good guy as well. You've got a real good sort of like bunch there, all decent lads. I know.
Sure.
Know a few of them. But you're enjoying it. It's a nice club, isn't it? A good amateur club as well. I know Ben Holmes off really well.
Yeah, doing well.
Yeah.
It's got a lot coming through now.
Yeah.
He's doing really well, Ben.
And it must be nice as well, like for a pro fighter, fighting on a card with people you're training with, you're feeding off each other.
Definitely, it was good. I really enjoyed last Friday.
Yes.
Coaching team was great. We had a great camp for the fight. Everyone was training together, sparring each other for the fight. So it was great. It was great sparring. You had everything there. It was all there.
So your fighting style, you're quite aggressive, aren't you? Are you one of these fighters that get nervous, and do you take that into the ring, or?
Not well. Obviously, you get a bit nervous. But it makes you a bit sharper, I think.
Yeah.
When you're nervous, but you don't. Don't get too nervous, really.
No.
I've had loads of fights, so it's just another fight. I just see it as another fight. So when you have loads, it's just
second nature, isn't it?
Getting a rhythm.
So when are you out next? When are you fighting next?
I've been told end of September, or early October. So hopefully I can get a show. We can get a show on about Princess Hall and Aldershot.
Okay. Which
should be great for me being from Fleet. Chaz is from Aldershot and George is from North Camp, so it'd be great. It'd be great to get it on around here. Just helps selling the tickets, really.
It's really nice at the moment as well. This kind of area, really sort of picking up as well. I've said this before.
Definitely.
You've got Camberley Boxing Club. You've got some fantastic pros coming out of there. Guys out of Reading, Bracknell.
Yeah.
So
it's all lively now.
Yeah, really lively.
If you look 5 years ago, I don't think there was hardly any pros around here.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at 10, 15, like at least 10 of us all doing it around the area, which is good. They just need to get together, really, I think, and start putting the shows on, because we're all boxing all round.
All need the work.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Boxing up in Portsmouth and York Hall. I've been York Hall. I've been everywhere. So now we just need a set location in the area, I think.
There's a few of them about, isn't there? Like, say, you've got Bracknell, you've got obviously Aldershot, I've got some few good places. The military have got some fantastic little venues. So, yeah, it's really, really promising. Just starting at your career as well. Like, we were just talking about this 10-week camp, and people just see boxers, they think you're millionaires.
Sure.
How hard is it? They'll only see you on the night. Everyone's asking you for free tickets if they can have a discount.
Yeah. It's just, well, you've got to pay your opponent. And then
can you explain that? Because people don't understand that.
Nah,
how does that work? Having to pay your opponent?
It's crazy to explain it. It's basically.
So you'll get offered a fight.
Yeah, if you're fighting someone and they're the away fighter, they get paid. So for a 6-rounder, I think it's around £1,500 or £1,600 goes to your opponent. Then normally it's £1,000 to the house. So you have to sell like £2.5 grand's worth or £2,600 worth of tickets before you made a penny.
Just to break even.
Just to break even. So.
And that's not taking into account your training camp, your food, your diet.
That's on top. So you could be at more
times than not.
You're out of pocket after your fights.
That's why people need to buy tickets and watch these guys.
Definitely.
I've just said off camera, and I won't say, but I saw one guy nearly crying the night of his fight because a few people had let him down on tickets, and he was counting on that money.
Yeah.
And having to borrow money to pay his opponent. And he was paying to actually fight. Like,
definitely,
and people see boxing now. Boxing, like the casual fans, see these guys and they think, wow, they're living the life of Riley. Listen, for every one of them, there's another 1,500 guys
that are paying to box,
travelling around the country. Especially your trainers on their own, driving up and down the amateur game.
Yeah.
Just petrol alone for the amateur coaches driving their lads back and forth down the country.
Do put a lot of work in, don't they?
It's just savage.
They do well with the amateurs.
It's such a brutal game, but that's only the sort of like pinnacle, isn't it? Where people start making the money. It's
you got like 5% at the top that earn the money, and then everyone else is not earning really, are they? You probably count on your one hand that people that are earning proper money out of boxing. Everyone else is. I think there's too much of a gap between the TV shows and our level of boxing.
Could really filter down a bit, couldn't it?
There's no money in it at all. It's all done on ticket sales.
And all the big shows now, it's just getting saturated with pay-per-views, isn't it? Everything now is pay-per-view, and it's like there's exactly like you said. It's like the Premiership football, isn't it? All the money goes to the top, and then it just trickles down to the bottom. I think
with the pay-per-view, I think some of them don't. They shouldn't be pay-per-views. Some of the cards are like nowhere near good enough to be pay-per-views. I think they should have a sanction on it where there has to be a world title fight on it for a pay-per-view. Yeah. But there's not. It's near on loads of the matchroom shows are pay-per-views now.
It's literally every other show now, isn't it? Really, it's like all the DAZN shows and all the.
Definitely.
How did you get involved in it as well?
I'd started when I was about 13 for about 6 months. I didn't take it very seriously, and then I packed it in for about I started at 18. Yeah. So I was playing football at Aldershot. I was playing there, and then everything was football. Yeah. So
who do you support?
I don't really support a team. Really. Just
play there. Yeah.
But then I took up the boxing properly at 18. Yeah. So that was it.
And it just clicked, and then
Definitely. That was your life after that.
You obviously do a job as well, so you're a trainer.
Do a bit of personal training.
Yeah. How does that work in between your boxing as well? Does that work good?
I just fit it around the boxing really. Yeah. But it's a bit busy sometimes, but you always get your training in.
Of course.
You got to fit in around the boxing.
Are you one of those guys as well? Because obviously we're just chatting as well. You have to be ready really at quite short notice, because certainly at your stage of your career, sometimes you're gonna have to. You might get offered an opportunity that you have to take.
Definitely.
So you always on weight, always.
There's not a lot. Yeah, not too far over. Yeah. You got to be in the gym like near on all year round. It's like you get something at 3 or 4 weeks and you're not ready, and you've lost. That could be your opportunity to actually get somewhere. So it's kind of like boxing the amateurs still. Yeah. In the amateurs, I was always staying fit and in the gym, because they could give you a week's notice in the amateurs. So it's kind of the same in the pros until you get to title level, and they're giving you like 10-week camps and stuff. Then you know exactly when you're going to fight. That's right. At the moment, I don't know when I'm going to fight. Yeah. So I've got to be staying ready, really.
It must be quite hard, isn't it, as well? Like I say, when you've got a fight announced, like when you get to the big stages and you've got a certain amount of time to train, you know exactly where you're at. Yeah. But now you have to be pretty much on it all the time. You have to put your life on hold, don't you?
Definitely. I suppose you only get a short career, don't you? So it's like it's over in a blink of an eye. So you got to really knuckle down
just take it serious, don't you?
Definitely. Yes. And then it's like hopefully you get your opportunity.
What are your sort of aspirations? If you could look back in 20 years, what would you like to say you've accomplished in boxing?
Well, I want to win the Scottish title first and foremost. I want that. I want this next one I'm getting 8, and then I want a 10 rounder for the Scottish title.
Yeah.
It's vacant at the moment. The bloke who had it, but just retired.
So you've got Scottish blood in you as well.
Yeah, I was born up there, so I can fight for the title. So then go from there.
Yeah.
After that, you're Commonwealth or
that's right. Yeah. Europeans, and then you can get.
Sure. But that's vacant. That's the route we're looking at the moment.
Yeah.
So.
And like you said, all it is that one phone call, isn't it? Someone's just.
Sure. That gets the ball rolling. As soon as you got a belt, it's even like the Southern area. As soon as you got a belt, you're worth fighting.
Yeah.
That's it. If you ain't got a belt, you don't mean a thing. That's the game though, and it's like as soon as you got that belt, it opens a lot of doors.
Game changer, isn't it?
Definitely.
So you're willing to take these risks as well, no?
Yes. If they got a belt, I'm willing to fight.
Yeah.
But it's when they haven't got a belt, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
It's all about the risk and reward, isn't it? As well, it's a dice throw. Some of these fights,
100%. It definitely is. But it's got to all fall into place, isn't it? It's got to be right fight at the right time.
Boxing's going crazy at the moment. Some good fights coming up. Definitely. Obviously, as a fan, let me ask you about Daniel Dubois, Nathan Gorman. That's a
great fight.
Great fight.
Nathan Gorman, I think will beat him. I think he's too rounded as a boxer. He's a better boxer than Dubois. And I've seen Dubois spar and fight, and I think he's just one-dimensional. Okay. If he hits him, you know about it, won't he?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go against you.
Yeah. A lot of people are going against me.
Listen, but Nathan Gorman is no joke.
No.
Like, he's trained by Ricky Hatton. Fast hands, he can punch. Sure. He's got that traveller stock. He's a tough boy, but I just think Daniel Dubois is just too heavy-handed.
He's a big puncher, but I just think Gorman ain't going to be there for the big punches.
You just think he's going to be too slick?
Yeah, he's going to be too quick. But soon find out, won't we?
Absolutely, and it's one of those fights. Fair play to him taking at that stage, because a lot of people sort of try and avoid each other but they're just like, listen, I can beat you. Sure. He thinks he can beat him.
Let's get it on.
Let's just do it. And that's what people want to see, isn't it?
Only young as well, 23.
Only young, you come
21.
back. Dillian White's fighting Rivas.
Dillian White will win that.
He's really improved as a heavyweight as well, hasn't he?
Improved massively. Yeah, great. Everywhere he's just got. I think with his new training team up in Loughborough, I think he's gone to a next level really.
Yeah.
Because he's training flat out up there now, I think. So he's took him to a next level really.
But that Rivas as well is another dangerous fighter.
I saw him fight really dangerous fights. Dillian White,
he really has.
Parker.
Listen, he doesn't mess around, does he?
No,
and Lucas Brown was banging everyone out. He fought him and just.
He's fighting Chisel is dangerous.
Yeah, that's right.
He's fought everyone, hasn't he?
He's one of them that just will fight anyone. He doesn't mix, does he? Just wants to fight the best, and I love people like that. They just put it all out there. And
definitely.
But a tough fight. Dave Allen's fighting David Price. What do you think of that one?
Hope Dave Allen gets knocked out.
Do you? Yeah. For Nick Webb.
That's it. I was nearly in tears that night at the O2. So
let me go on for that as well, because how difficult. I can't imagine it. But you're training together, you're with together, and this, if people don't know, when Nick Webb got lost to Dave Allen, got knocked out in the 4th round. How hard is that to actually watch as well?
A lot of pain. It was, like I say, it was bad. It was hard to watch, very hard to watch. Someone you know.
Do you know what? And I actually interviewed Nick. He fought Darian Darch.
Sure.
After that fight, and that was the night you had lost, and he was saying exactly the same. My boy's just been stopped and we're gutted. Like you go boxing, you go for a range of emotions, don't you?
I think it's worse when your pal's fighting. You can't do anything about it. That night it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was like, and he was winning so comfortably as well, and he pulled regardless of what he says, Dave Allen just pulled his shot out of his boots really.
Yeah.
And that was it. It
just shows you how dangerous boxing is, doesn't it?
Definitely. One shot, especially the heavyweights.
Yeah. You just switch off, don't you? It's just, there's nothing you can do.
Them heavyweights hit hard, don't they? One shot, you can be winning the fight for 10 rounds and then boom, one shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was hard to take that one.
Talking about heavy hitters and the heavyweight division as well. What do you think of Everyone's talking about it, Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. What was your take on that?
Personally, I thought Anthony Joshua boxed well for the first 2 rounds. And then he dropped him and then literally went for the kill and got caught from a massive left hook to the temple. And he never recovered after that. So that what they said is he got knocked out in sparring and they come out with a lot of excuses. And then he had a panic attack in the dressing room. I just don't believe that, really. He boxed really well for the first 2 rounds. So like when it goes wrong, people start making excuses for him.
Doesn't it just show you how savage boxing is?
Sure.
1 minute Anthony Joshua was the next big thing. Everyone loved him. He was taking over America. He has a loss, and then everyone now, it's just... And I agree completely with you. I watched the fight back, and once all the dust is settled, there were so many excuses, so many of that, but for 2.5 rounds, after he puts him down in the 3rd round, that's a punch-perfect performance. Yeah. If Ruiz isn't as tough as he is and gets back up, everyone's like, "God, AJ, that's
unbelievable.
That was a fantastic, unbelievable performance."
Winning the fight easy, wasn't it?
Winning the fight easy. And it's mad with boxing because the blueprint to beat Ruiz is out there because Joseph Parker done it.
Yeah.
Boxed him boring on a long jab.
Yeah.
Klitschko grab and jab.
Yeah.
So if he'd have done that afterwards, everyone would be like a bit, but still got rid of a dangerous opponent.
Yeah.
But Anthony Joshua's a powerhouse. 6'5", gone for the kill.
Yeah, you're right.
Just gone for the kill, jumped to him, and like you said, he got punched on that temple, never recovered. And I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah, that's right.
Got punched, just did not recover.
Heavyweight, anyone punches, any of them hit anyone, it's lights out a lot of the time, isn't it? Just can't. They can't switch off. He went for the kill and just walked onto one, didn't he? Yeah. It's one of them.
And do you reckon he wins a rematch?
It's a close fight again, I think.
It's going to be an interesting one, isn't it?
It's close. It was a close fight before. He knocked him out before, so I think it's a close fight again.
Yeah.
But he can't come back from it if he loses again.
Oh, no. Listen, you've got to give him loads of... The pressure is going to be on him, isn't it? It's going to be...
I don't know where they're doing it. Are they doing it?
I think they're talking either Cardiff or Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
But either or, it's...
huge fight.
Huge
for British boxing.
It's all good, isn't it? It's all good. It gets people talking.
Definitely.
And then obviously got Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder.
Sure.
They're going to collide again, apparently in February.
Yeah, Wilder's a big punch. I think Fury, best heavyweight out there.
He's just sensational, isn't he, boxer?
He just moves so well for a big man.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of Wilder dropping him twice, he won every round.
Yeah.
Like, and then he come back and...
Even that last
round.
Come
back and won that. That was a draw of a round because he come back and won the round. So
nobody
I don't
really
know how they got that decision there. How they got that decision, a draw. It was incredible, wasn't it? It's completely.
Nobody really talked about it. He got knocked down, but then puts his arms behind the back of his body.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
And comes back and wins the round.
Yeah.
And like exactly that. He draws the round on a card. It's something.
He just moves so well for a big bloke.
Yeah.
Like, they can't hit him. It's good to watch. Great to watch.
Yeah.
Exciting.
They're all good for British boxing.
100%.
All good.
Heavyweight boxing's good in Britain at the moment as well.
See, Anthony Kolev.
Yeah.
Some tidy names in there.
That's a good fight, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Who would you take on there? Have you ever sparred Yardy?
No, I haven't sparred him. But I don't know, it's a close fight. Yardy's just coming. I think Kovalev's near the end of his career and Yard's just coming through. So
and he is one powerful guy.
Sure. I don't know how he makes light heavyweight. He's massive, isn't he?
I saw him at the Haringey Cup and it was a mad story because one of my friends beat him years and years ago in the amateurs.
Yeah.
But even then he looked like a little mini Mike Tyson, just tanked.
Massive, isn't he?
But he's quick with it. He doesn't know if it holds him down. So I'll go on camera saying this. He blitzes Kolev.
Yeah.
I just think he just blitzes him out.
Yeah. It's a good fight. It's great. It'll be good to watch. Any
top picks at all for you that you've been sparring, people to watch out for? Or?
Any name really is like Eubank Jr. Really.
Yeah.
We had some good spars.
Is he that good? Is he?
He's relentless.
Just relentless.
He's fit. Fittest man I've been in a ring with. He's fit, strong.
He could do that for 20 rounds. I can't just.
Fit, yeah. Freaky fitness.
Yeah. So, what are your plans for the rest of the year?
I think we're going to fight in end of September, early October for an 8-rounder, but that'll be a step up get me ready for a 10.
Yeah.
In the new year. I don't know how it's going to fall. Might do an 8 and then a 10 before the end of the new year. Before the year's out, but don't know about time. What time I'm going to get in and fight. I don't know. If I get one at the end of September, I'll be able to fight again. But if it's middle of October, I won't have time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm looking for the Scottish Scottish title.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? That'd be really good. Yeah.
It's vacant, so I'm looking for that. That's the title I want.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh man, I hope it all comes off.
I hope so.
It'll be.
Just got to keep trying, haven't I? Keep
of course,
hard.
that's it. Keep grinding, and
Stay in the gym.
Stay in the gym.
all year round.
Oh, it's a hard game, isn't it?
Oh, no.
It's a hard game,
especially at this level, because you just don't know what's around the corner.
Yeah.
And you just don't want to get caught out, and you miss an opportunity and just bypasses you.
Yes.
Never get it again.
Yeah.
That could be your career done.
Yeah.
Not being in the gym. So it's what it is.
You have to keep that grind, don't you?
Sure.
Anything you want to add on? Have you got social media people can follow you on at all? Or?
I'm on Facebook, just Derek Renfrew, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, really. Just thanks to all my trainers and all my training partners and everyone at Guildford City for all the hard work.
Yeah, real good little club. Great
club,
yeah.
Great club.
And it's sort of like success breeds success in those kind of clubs, don't it? You always want to you're competitive, you just want to keep up with the best, don't you? And
Definitely.
Yeah,
I think you'll be
doing a good job, John, over there. It's
brilliant trainer. They're all good trainers over there. We're all on a mission to get titles.
That's it.
We're all on the fringe of titles over there at the moment, so coming through quickly.
All good.
Brilliant. Thanks, Steve.
Anytime, mate. When you get that Scottish belt, you can come back here and bring it round.
Bring it round, mate.
We'll catch up then. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
Good man.